New Jersey's controversial red light camera pilot program was restarted last week after the DOT announced the timing of yellow lights at the intersections had been checked and recertified. But a Garden State lawmaker says some of those certifications are flawed and in effect completely bogus.
And we're going to collect our own data. We have brought in some certified traffic engineers, and our goal is not to come up with a methodology that gets us to our conclusion. Our goal is to come up with a fair methodology that arrives at the truth. Sound engineering criteria tells you that you have to set a yellow light to a proper time based on people's speeds. They need a longer yellow light time if they're approaching an intersection at a higher rate of speed. They need more time to be able to be aware of that and slow down and stop at the intersection. That's what we're saying. If you shorten your yellow light time, you're going to catch a lot more people, and you're going to catch them unfairly at some point.
If the speed limit were 40 miles an hour, the light timing by DOT's standard for any intersection, regardless of the camera, would be 4 seconds. If you actually went out and measured the speeds and found out that it was 50 miles an hour, and you set the speed limit at 50 miles an hour, you obviously have 1 second difference. It turns out I don't even have to have a big difference. I can have a 5 mile per hour difference from what a speed limit is, and that could potentially make a half second of a difference. And it's for a half second. You wouldn't believe how many violations would not happen if sometimes a yellow light were just a half second longer than what they are today.
Traffic experts examined several red light camera intersections since the beginning of the week, and they discovered some yellow light times are shorter than they should be, including intersections in Cherry Hill and New Brunswick.
We expect a number of these intersections to be in compliance. We're okay with that, but we already know we're going to find some that aren't. That's going to be a big problem for this program.
O'Scanlan says some form of legislative redress is needed to bring credibility back to the pilot program, or it should be shelved permanently.
Well, we have legislation to end the program, which would be the wisest choice now that it's such a mess. But we also are looking at legislation that will increase yellow light times. We'll make it absolutely clear and concise that yellow light times need to be X. Or X plus some number, in order to communicate to the public that, look, we really are not here to rip you off.
In East Brunswick, I'm David Mathau for Town Square Media.